Hi, this is Lee Phillips. I'm an attorney, and you're undoubtedly tuned into my YouTube channel. We talk about attorney-type things, and one of the things that we've talked a lot about are the corporation, the LLCs, the formalities that are required, and inherent in the corporation or the LLC is the corporate shield. Can't sue me. I got my corporation, my corporate shield. It protects me. They call it a corporate veil, a corporate shield, whatever you want. And it protects you from what happens out in the business. What is this corporate shield? All the formalities we use to prove, Your Honor, we've got a real corporate shield. What is it? And I've had a hard time envisioning it, but I think I've come up with a vision of it. The purpose of the corporate veil is to hide you from the people that the company deals with. They don't know who the directors, the officers are. They don't know that you're the owner. You're supposed to be the guy behind the curtain. Remember in the Wizard of Oz, the man behind the curtain? You are the guy behind the curtain. You pull the strings, you make it all work, but the public doesn't know who you are. When you step out of your role as the manager of the LLC or the president of the company, and you do things as president of the company, manager of the LLC, and you need to let the people know that they are dealing with an LLC corporation, you need to let the people know that they are dealing with you and you are representing the company. When you step out of that role and they can't determine whether they're dealing with you or they're dealing with the company, then you have jeopardized the corporate shield, the curtain, whatever you want to call it, the veil. A veil's a curtain, right? You've stepped out and around from the curtain, and they can now see you as an individual. As soon as they can see you as an individual and not you as the president of the company acting on behalf of the company, then we've got a problem. Because they say, no, Your Honor, I was dealing with this guy. I wasn't dealing with the company. I wasn't dealing with the president. I was dealing with him. So anything that you do that moves you out and around from behind the curtain, that threatens your protection through the corporate shield or the corporate veil. You need to be able to maintain, excuse me, you need to be able to maintain this anonymity, so to speak, of who is really behind the company. As president, you represent the company. The corporate shield, the veil is intact. But when you show yourself as an individual, then we've got a problem. Does that help maybe with what the corporate shield or the corporate veil is? And all of the formalities, the keeping the records, the name on the business card, having the meetings and everything else goes to show that you are acting in this official capacity and not the capacity of you as an individual. So you have to think, which hat am I wearing? Am I wearing my personal hat or am I wearing my company hat? Now you may have more than one role in the company. You could be, if it's a maintenance company for real estate, for example, sometimes you could be the president or the manager of the LLC, president of the corporation. Sometimes you're going to be the janitor guy who goes in and cleans up the mess in the unit. Those are two different hats. The people in the unit where you're cleaning up, they should look at you as a hired gun, just a guy, a janitor. They don't need to know that you're the president, and they certainly don't need to know that you're the owner. Because when you say, I'm the owner, you're dealing with me, you've stepped out and around from out behind the curtain. They now look at you as an individual. And if they can convince the court that they were dealing with you as an individual, then they've got you. Hopefully that helps with the corporate veil or the corporate shield a little bit. To understand your roles and to understand why this shield protects you. This is Lee Phillips. I'm speaking on corporate and LLC matters.